What is contested and uncontested divorce in the laws of America, other foreign countries, and well as in Sharia? What is contested and uncontested divorce? Contested and uncontested divorce basically in civil court is when the husband has to come to the court, or the wife has to come to the court. So either the plaintiff, they file the civil court divorce in the local family law. They file the divorce and they look for the contestant divorce. The contestant divorce is basically the plaintiff wants the husband or the wife to appear in the court and ask for the share in the property and the money and everything, and then declared as the divorce. And the uncontested is basically you do not want anything and you just need to get rid of this relationship and you don't want that. So basically what does the civil court does, that they just send the summon by the serving the document through the third party to the defendant, and the defendant has the right to oppose the case, or basically just sign the paper has been served to him as your party, the plaintiff has filed a divorce in the court, and this the paper has been served to you. You just sign it and you just let it go. So he has the right to come back to the court and oppose the plaintiff either, and both parties have the right in the civil court to oppose each other, asking the shares from him. Okay, you know what, this is the money I have spent on you. And then the plaintiff and the defendant, they both are like pointed at each other in the middle of a court in the front of the judge, and they said, okay, you know, you owe me this money and you owe me this money. I spent on you these bills and I spent on you these bills. And mostly the women are the one who's looking to take an advantage from the men's money and the bankings and everything, and then trying to take the share. That mostly the man who doesn't want that, they need to get it off the relationship because the woman is not faithful, or maybe she's being verbally abusive or something, and he needs to get out of the relationship. So basically the paper has been served, both work together. So in Islamically, the contested and contesting divorce is the same as the Khula. And also there's the three types of divorces in Islam. You have the way of talaq, you have the way of Khula, and the third way is Faskh Nikah. The talaq is basically, that's a whole long topic. But in contesting and uncontested divorce in Islam is basically filing a Khula. And the Khula is basically the woman who is approaching the Muslim judge and asking him, you know what, I need to get a freedom from this man. I didn't get along by mentally, or he does not fulfill my necessities, or by it could be any serious reason, any reason that she approaches the Imam or the Mufti. Okay, you know what, I need to get out of the relationship, and he investigates this matter and they try to communicate with the husband and this and that. And sometimes the point comes up, you know what, the woman says, okay, I'm going to return his mahar back, whatever is I see, but compared to that, I also have to spend the money on these things and that money. So they try to negotiate, and the judge who makes a decision, okay, you know what, he tried to negotiate between the both parties. Okay, you know what, just let it go, just let it go. Okay, you owe this, you know what, she has also spent the money, and you know what, he has also spent money. So he worked as an arbitrator between the both parties. Okay, you know what, let's just let it go, and the khula has been declared. Now you're free to remarry whatever you want. And also in the matters of khula, she also has the right to go back to the same husband again if she does not get along with another new marriage. She has the right at any time in the matters of khula. But then when she divorced from the husband's side, she's not allowed to go back. But in the matter of Faskh Nikah, or in the matters of khula, she can go back any time by every nikah as the very first time, and that person becomes a non-mahram to each other. So this is the contestant. What is uncontested? That is the Faskh Nikah. In uncontested means it's like more similar to the uncontested, the Faskh Nikah. But Faskh Nikah is more basically into the domestic violences and the abuses and the threatenings and all these things, and the husband is not supposed to be knowing about that because of producing all these evidences of the police reports and order of protections and the civil courts and the police reports and the domestic violence reports, social worker reports. So this is the enough evidence to prove to the judge, okay, you know, this is the legitimate unhealthy relationship between the husband and the wife, and they're not going to get along. So he declares it, and that's more like a uncontested, that the husband doesn't want to know about all these things because she hasn't enough evidences to prove that she is the right person and the things are not getting along. But in the matters of Khula, it could be many reasons. They negotiate each other with the Imam and the Mufti. He becomes an arbitrator to work out between the both parties. Sometimes she has to return something, sometimes she does not have to return something. So they negotiate with that. The Mufti and the judge, he work as an arbitrator, mediator, the middle person to work out with between the both parties. So this is called a contestant divorce.